Good evening. Is it frequency in use? I know it's not. I'm not even going to wait for an answer. This is K4PW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. Is there any emergency traffic? No. If there was, call 911. If there is, call 911. If there's going to be one, call 911. You're going to get the best answer out of them, but we'll help you if you can. If we can, just tell us where you are and what your problem is. Net may be broken at any time for an emergency. Uh, let's see, where was I? Oh yeah. For information on this net, you can go to YouTube right now and look at and put in K4 PEW into the search block, and you'll come up with the I don't know what they call it. Hold on one second. One second. There we go. Had to get rid of a sound there that was in my ears. Um, Oh yeah, I can go to YouTube, go to K4PEW into their search block, and you can see this screen on my radio, and you'll also be able to hear stations you might otherwise be able to hear from yours, depending on how far away they are, and then you can evaluate how your station's working. Uh, you can also go to groups, excuse me, 146.415.net. That's the website for 146.415.net for Simplex. It advertises our group, but it also gives some nice information on those interested in doing a Simplex net. You can see, and we have generated a few simplex net around the area, and I'm presuming we have induced others elsewhere because we've had several people on the system that have, have accessed that site and also signed into our system, and they don't even live in this state. So, presuming they're interested, I don't know. They don't tell me. Some of them did. A couple of them did. Anyway, you can also go to groups.io and sign up for our email list. Um, and which is not just an email list. You can also use it to ask questions, technical questions, installation questions, radio questions, ham radio test questions, or you can buy and sell equipment there too if it comes up. So don't hesitate to jump in there. It's limited to 99.9% of ham radio stuff where there's no spam or we don't routinely send out jokes or anything like that. Yeah, or you can email me at k4pew@arrl.net. Net normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night, and we start the net like tonight on 146.415 FM Simplex, and then we roam over to 446.415. That's tonight only. That's on upper sideband, and then we go to 50.135 upper sideband on 6 meters, and then we move over to 223.415 on the 220 band. Uh, we try to cover all the nets, as you can imagine. There's a net Sunday night. That's tomorrow night on 28.415, and that's handled by Michael KM4YRF, and he starts on 10 meters upper sideband on 28.415, going over to the only guy I know of in the area, going over to well anywhere for that matter, 29.415 FM, and then over to 29.250 on C4 FM, which is, I don't know, there's nobody in the whole planet that probably does a C4 FM 10 meter net, simplex net anyway. So it's kind of weird. I don't know, it's weird. It's just we do things that, well, that I don't think other people do. Um, any other nets? No, but that's about it. And also, the purpose of the net is to have fun, figure out what we're doing right, doing wrong, who we can hear, who we can't hear, figure out how to improve our stations. Comes up quite a lot. Uh, comes up a fair amount of time. I'm glad. One of the good reasons that the simplex net is here because it's hard to tell if you got a bad station if you're just working repeaters. Alrighty, and is there any other? And I don't have any other announcements other than we had a great breakfast this morning. There was a 6 of us that showed up, and it was great. It was a pretty chilly morning, and hardly anybody was there at 8 a.m. for the whole restaurant, but they were ready for us. That's a good food, mostly bacon. Anybody else have any other announcements? Oh, the Centernet. Of course, you know when that is. It's the 24th. That's New Year, Christmas. Christmas, yeah, New Year's, Christmas Eve, 7:30. 7:30, right? Well, so close. 7 o'clock. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I forgot. 7 p.m. Very good. Don't forget, it's for all ages, mostly kids, but kids of all ages. And kids usually enjoy that. So we got it. Tony has a nice program. You'll be able to hear that on either on 146.415 Simplex, or you'll hear it on 446.415 Simplex, or you can see it on YouTube on this channel that you're on right now. So, or well, hopefully, well, if you want to be on. That might be the easiest way to do it if you're not within range of the stations. Just tell your friends and neighbors. Anyway, any other announcements? All righty. Then we'll jump right in there. This is net number 1060. We're starting from the north. I already mentioned about where we're going and what we don't. We're going to start up. But first, we're going to take check-ins from the north, but we're going to go with, yeah, people short on time, mobile, or first-time check-ins.
KM4, TJM.
All righty, Rick, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Paul. How are you, sir?
I don't know if I can get much better at this age.
Nah, I hear you, man. Myself. Sorry I missed the breakfast this morning, but we'll catch you next time.
Oh, man, you missed some of the best breakfast in the whole world this morning.
I know. Well, rub it in, man. Rub it in. I deserve it.
Oh, yeah, you deserved it. We ragged on you for about an hour.
Well, good. I gave you some topics. That's awesome.
Very good. Anything else, Rick?
No, I appreciate what you do, Paul. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. That's Rick, West Ashland City, Kilo, November 4, Tango, Juliet, Foxtrot. Who else is a short on time, mobile, or first time check-in?
Colin.
Go ahead, Mike.
Man, Rick was booming here tonight. He was the S3 and very readable.
Yeah, he was full quieting into the repeater, wasn't
Sure enough.
he? Yeah, he was big signal. Who else is any place on short on time, short on money, short on troubles? No, short on first time check-in or mobile.
WY14.
Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm tired. I've been up since 4:03 this morning, so I've not been able to stay up. I'm tired of that, so I'm going to go ahead and call it quits.
Well, very good. I'm glad you were able to check into the other nets tonight. Good deal. Everything going all right?
Oh, yeah, just business as usual. I'm just going to, turn in early because, like I said, I've been up since before 3 o'clock, so the fatigue is starting to set in.
You got to get your beauty sleep.
Don't do me any good.
Well, very good. That was Jeff. He is in Madison. Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, of course, with a real nice big signal. He's cutting out and going straight to the bedtime. Who else is mobile short on time or first time checking? All right, then we'll start with your regular check-ins, and that's about most of us. And we're starting out from the north, so please come now.
EW Carlin, 8 to Beth.
Very good. It was a double in there, but Carlin won. Everything all right, Carlin?
Oh, yeah, just out there warm.
Oh, yeah, this is a good test of the heating systems this morning at 23 degrees here. It was a little cooler at your end?
I don't know. It's going to be colder, I think, Monday or Tuesday night. I think it's going to be down to 20, which means up here we're usually, I don't know, something like about 4 or 5 degrees colder than what they call for in Nashville. So, I don't know. Just wait and see, I guess.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's getting that time of year for it to happen. I was hoping it was going to stay warm like it was here a couple of weeks ago. It would suit me fine if it just stayed like that all the way till spring. So, I don't know. Anyway, I guess you're doing okay. I hope so. I guess I'll turn it back over to you. That way you can get some more check-ins. So, with that said, Katie for VW.
Yeah, very good. That is Carlin. He's in Bethpage, Angeltown, Kilo Delta 4, Victor Uniform Whiskey. Excellent signal. Who else is north?
TE4TWI.
Very good. You sound great. Wes, everything all right?
Yep, everything is crispy here in Possum Town. Nothing really to add. I missed the first part of the net. Where are we going to after 2 meters?
446, 415. No, I'm sorry. 144, 240, upper sideman.
Oh, okay. I would like to test out UHF at some point. I put that little quarter wave up there. Until I get the 220 thing figured out. But we get it later. KE4TW.
All right, sounds like a winner. That was Wes, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India, who's jumping in feet first on the 220 whole system we got going on, this big system we have. And he's in Possum Town. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else is north? It sounds like K4 WKU, but a little rough. Well, I'm glad you were able to check in, Steve. You sounded a little better on that last transmission, but he had a little. I need to get my beam back up so I can talk to you. That'd be awesome. I haven't done that. I've been lazy as all get out. You doing all right? Well, very good. I'm glad you could check in. That was Steve, K4WKU, and he is 65 miles north of me. Some of you probably can hear him just as or better than me if you're up a little farther north. Yeah, because he's a little bit north of Bowling Green. Anybody else copying, Steve?
He's S9 to me. Hello.
Okay, S9 to Michael here in Mount Juliet. And what was your, was that Carla? Who said he could hear him?
WB0NOO, I can hear him.
Ah, very good. That was Mark could hear him just fine. All right, very good, Steve. Appreciate you being in there. Anybody else north?
Just Mark.
Just Mark. Mark, and just like Mark, well, I just said, I got to write it down so I don't forget. W0NOO. Everything all right with you?
Yep. Everything's good over here. A little late getting in tonight, but sounded good from Bowling Green anyway.
Yeah, very good. Rough to me. It's in that fender. So you got it good. Might be a different elevation up where you are. You're on the, well, you are about 6 miles north. That shouldn't make a big difference, but he's rough to me today, and he's big to Mike, and he's 2 miles east of me.
Yeah, and my ground here is only about 500 feet too. I'm pretty low.
You're probably capturing all the signals.
Could be. I'm sure.
Yeah, very good. Some of them are rolling over to Mike, though. All right, nothing else, Mark?
Nope, not a thing.
All right, we'll see you over on the other nets. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar up in northwest Wilson County. Who else is north? North or west?
KG4ILV.
I'm glad you could remember this net.
I got busy watching football, lost my mind.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Well, yeah, you know what they say, man. Is of all the things I've lost, that's my mind I miss the most.
Well, I don't have much traffic here. I'll let the next one check in. Thanks for doing that, Paul. KG4ILV.
Very good. That's Jack. Who was the earlier nets escaped him. That was Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Who else is west?
KC4TNQ.
Very good. We got Charles with a big signal in there. Conditions are good tonight for the most part, I think, Charles.
Yeah, sounded real good. A little noisy at the beginning, though. I was getting some noise like that welding noise again, but we're all waiting on Jack to check in, right?
We're waiting for. On which one now?
Yeah, when the West comes around, we wait for Jack to check in first.
Oh yeah, I got you. No, there was a big long pause there. Anyway, yeah, we got Charles. Anyway, Charles, anything else? You doing all right?
Yeah, doing fine. Enjoyed my bacon this morning, so you all have a good one. Check on the next one, KC4. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. That's Charles, Kilo Charlie 4 Tango, November, Quebec, and he is in West Nashville. Who else is west?
KO4OTV.
Very good. You're doing well since the last net there, Joel.
Oh, not too shabby. Just sitting here talking with Barry and Adam over here on the short mountain repeater, and I'm trying to get them to write down your brain trust YouTube channel so he can know it. And I'm trying to translate it over to him so he can try to do it as slow as I can to get him to. I think Adam's taking over now to trying to get it to it, so he wants to see your live feed over there.
You sure they can cipher properly?
I'm not sure. Yeah, they thought it was brain trust, and it's trust. And I don't know if he's getting what I'm saying, but I said it to him about 3 times. But I'll get him on there. He's wanting to see the live feed, I guess.
Well, all you have to do is just tell them it's just a K4. Just use my call to get them in there.
Exactly. And I'll tell him that too. But I guess Adam told him that it was brain under your, whatever your YouTube name is, and that's why he was telling him that. And I'm fixing to tell him here in a minute, but I don't know if they're going to check in or not. I guess they'd be south.
No, that's right. Whatever they can do. They know they can't check in on the repeater, right?
Oh yeah. They know it's on the 415. I made that clear, and they I think Barry even mentioned that to Adam, so they know.
Well, when you're in that repeater mode, man, it's hard to get out of it.
Well, I heard them talking, and that's the only
chimed in because he wasn't sure what the page was over there. He kept saying brain trust, but not trusts, and I was explaining it to him. Right when you called West, I was trying to explain it to him. So it's just one of the things. I got one of those full duplex radios, so I could, go back and forth. But it's kind of interesting. But I'll get him on there. That way he knows when y'all are on. He loves those nets, man. Let me tell you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, when I tried to do that, put that in, I've tried to use the singular on that, and it wouldn't let me. And then and when I did put it in, no, it came up. That's the only that was because my one email address is brain.trust because somebody already took brain trust.
I wondered, I thought it was something else too when I went to look at it again. I thought somebody must have taken that already, which I'm amazed that one you have on there wasn't taken as well.
Oh yeah, early on in the internet, back in the dark ages, I'm going to say 90s, you could actually, and I think they actually had to take it to court. There was a lot of companies that weren't yet on the net with a web page and say with a registered name, like let's say Honeywell or Icom, maybe, just as an example. You could actually register the name in your name, and then they'd have to pay you to take it back. And I think they took that to court.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I had somebody in the corporate world tell me that, and I was like, oh, great. Talk about a little bit of chaos. Somebody, well, there was some other issues. You could, because you could so-called spoof somebody. Conceivably, I guess you could go to icomradio.com. I don't know if they could complain about that or not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny, man, how we're talking about this because there's a elementary school up here in Cheatham County called the Cheatham County. I think they're called the Wildcats, and there is you probably saw it on the news. It's been all over the news all week, and there's a place up in Cincinnati, Ohio, that had this, and they have the rights to it, but they've had that Wildcats name for like since 2004 or 5, and nothing became of it till this past week, and they're threatening to sue that school over it because of the logo and the mascot and the logo and the name. All it, so stupid. I couldn't believe it. But they've had this name longer than the other people. But since they have the rights, they have to change the name.
Well, my favorite on that one is, Hollywood, California, right? But there's a Hollywood in Florida, just north of Miami, and Hollywood, California sued Hollywood of Florida, saying they couldn't use the name. And Hollywood, Florida's been there for, I don't know, maybe 100. I don't know how long it's been, 50 or 80 years. But Hollywood said we're the only ones who can use it, but they lost in court.
Yeah, I mean that's what I don't get about this. It's kind of the same deal. It's kind of stupid. I mean they even had the name longer than the one in Cincinnati. So I don't know. It's all stupid. It's all about power really when it comes down to it.
Yeah, it is dumb. There was another case out west where a guy had a bar that he opened up. I don't remember where it was. I think it was called Jeep, yeah. And of course, Jeep, the people who owned Jeep at the time, I don't know if it was Chrysler or not, they sued him and says you can't use that. And he goes, I'm sorry, but I can because it's my family name.
Yeah, I want to say beforehand it was Willie's at first. I think I could be wrong on that, but I do know they made a ton of those for the World War One and Two.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about one, but yeah, for two, there were probably several. There had to be a couple 100,000 of those things because after the war in the 50s, when I was a kid, they were trying to sell all those out parts and pieces and kits and crates and you name it. They were trying to sell them.
Oh yeah, I know a guy's got one. It's in mint condition. It's still got the PTO on and everything, but the top speed's like 40.
Yeah, and if you go to a website on those Jeeps, you can just look around. There are people who got them and they use them for some like gentleman farms because of the PTO. They were able to hook up equipment, put plows on them, put not I don't know if harvesting equipment, but they put plows on them.
Oh yeah, they're extremely useful. I mean, tell you, they're fantastic. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's just a little inline four cylinder. It might have 30 horsepower, but it's geared real low, so everything on it works very well because of that.
Yeah, and there was somebody else jump in there. Who was that? I heard somebody else jump in there. Well, I guess not. Anyway, yeah, it was kind of interesting. Anyway, anything else, Joel?
No, that's it for me. I'll see you on the next one. KO4OTV.
Yeah, I'm glad you survived Thanksgiving. That was Joel in Ashland City, KO4OTV, West Ashland City. Who else is West?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Is there anybody hearing that station I hear just now?
I did.
Who is that?
I couldn't tell.
Who is that station again, please?
Romeo Delta November.
Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Delta November. You're a little low to me, but I think we're going to be able to copy you. Where are you located? Okay, I didn't get that. Did you get that, Mike?
No.
Say, all right, I didn't get that really very well. I'm not copying you well. We got some noise in there and a low signal, but try again, please, and say it a couple, 3 times on your call. All right, I'm going to look it up. I really am not hearing you well. I'm going to look it up real quick here. Hold on. Okay, you're in Greenbrier. Okay, you got a pretty low. It's Willie, so if that's then I'm pretty sure that's the name you're using in Greenbrier. Boy, I don't know whether the conditions are tough for you or your antenna is not high enough. I mean, we can hear you, but not well. So appreciate you checking in. Let's try it one more time. What was your first name? Yeah, I'm not getting that copy. Really, really rough. But I do appreciate you being there. We're here every Saturday night and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So I'd love to have you back in here. And I appreciate you being there. That was Kilo Oscar 4 Romeo Delta November, and he's in Greenbrier. I'm surprised you weren't able to hear him, Carlin. No, I guess not, because he's not hearing me at the moment. All right, very good. Well, we appreciate you being there. Kilo Delta 4. Oh yeah, I had Greg in there too. Hold on. Yeah, so everything going well, Greg?
I'm doing all right. Everything that's been said tonight is wrong, and I disagree with it all.
Well, earlier when you weren't on the air, we were talking about what a gentleman and a scholar you were.
Well, see?
Everything going okay?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, Fred, I sent you a thing today, that cat picture I sent you.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, thank you.
That was just cute. I thought you'd like it. Anyway, that's Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie, Victor Echo, and he is in Antioch. Who else is west? Nobody else west? Down to the north, yeah, down to the south.
K4KFQ.
All righty. You sound really good tonight there. Yeah, I'll get it right. You sound good tonight there, Tony.
I look even better.
On the radio, yeah, you look fantastic.
Yep, got a face for radio and a voice for print.
Very good. No, your wife was happy with the good words we had for her.
Yes, she was. Yeah.
No, she does good work. It really is. It's nice, neat and clean, and it's got it's appealing stuff. It's really nice.
And she married me anyway.
Well, there's that issue, of course, but love never fails. We all start to decline over time, and you don't see your spouse as what you are now. They see you as from ages past. I think I know that's true of me, and my friends are the same way. They look the same way to me as I did when I was 18.
Yeah, well, you need to get out more anyway. You got people waiting. KF4, KFQ.
Very good. That's Tony. He's in Smyrna, usually. KF4, KFQ, and the good signal. Who else is south? Yeah, very good, Larry. And I did get that right, that it was 5 tonight. Is that correct? Yeah, and Jack said he fell asleep, or no, he had forgot about the net. So that's like a demerit, isn't it? I know, man. I was worried about him. I thought he was sick or something. You hear that, Jack? You heard Larry's feelings. That was Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor. That's Larry in Rockvale. Who else is south?
Kilo Echo 4
Very good. How you doing there, Jimmy?
I'm doing fairly well. And yourself? It sounds like you're doing well.
Oh yeah, couldn't. I don't know if I could get much better at 75 years old, but working on 70, I'll be almost to 75 and a half.
You're getting old.
Yeah, well, that's why I got to keep active because, it's like an old piece of equipment. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you have to go ahead and get everything go through the motions and the full range of motion. That's what I was meant to say. And keep everything moving. Exactly. When you quit moving, you pass away.
Well, yeah, and I don't really think about it much anymore, but I have some problems with arthritis and some of my, some of my bones. And I remember reading years ago that you have to keep active or it will get much worse much faster. So that's what I've been doing, keeping active.
Yes, you got to keep active. And yeah, I have a bad habit. I stay active all the time, and then when I come home from work, by the end of the week, I'm done being active. And that may take a half a day or more of trying to find a movie to watch or something like that, and not being very totally productive.
No, well, you got a long work days, and that's some crazy stuff you do. That's a crazy job, and it's so I wouldn't be surprised. I would take a whole day off and do nothing if I were you.
Yeah, and then I got just a dog, so there's no taking a whole day.
Well, you get your mother-in-law to take that dog for a walk.
Okay.
Very good. Is the spouse doing well?
Yeah, she's still here. She hasn't left yet, so yeah, she's doing fine. Thanksgiving went well. I put a turkey breast on the grill and had that turn out great. And just me, her, and the mother-in-law. So just a small gathering. Didn't have a lot of food. Just had just enough. So we were good. And I hope everybody else had a wonderful Thanksgiving also.
Yeah, very good. I'm glad it went well for you and the close family. And the dog got some scraps, I hope.
No, well, she's got some drippings off the turkey breast when I had a pan malfunction, but other than that, no, we're good.
Very good. That was Jimmy, Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet, and he's in Woodbury. Who else is south?
Whiskey Victor 4 Delta Ken Smyrna.
Oh man, I was just getting ready to mark you as AWOL.
No. Well, a well, not a well, maybe a wall.
You're doing all right.
Absolutely. I gotta get a grandson ready. He's being deployed uh, fairly soon, so I've been working with him, and everything's going good. Family's doing well. How about yours, Paul?
Doing real well. My wife's, of course, working the second shift, and now it's Christmas. She's working. She really has an option almost every night to work 10 or 12 hours.
That don't sound great.
Oh, it's good money. It's nice to have that money, but I'd rather have her because when she works 12 hours, that's it for her. That day is shot for being hanging around the house. I was going to ask you, your son is being deployed for the 2 week issue, or is he going somewhere for a longer term?
9 months.
Where's he going?
Poland.
So this was not a planned deployment.
No, sir. They're going to use. There was another company, but they were short on staff, so they pulled him from this location. They're going in, and I think mostly, Paul, they're going to be logistics.
Wow. Well, yeah, that sounds like we're more helping Poland than those other Eastern Bloc nations. I say Eastern Bloc, the Eastern European nations against Russia.
Yep. Well, that's what they told them. They said you are going to be logistics, but you're going to have your rifle on your side.
Oh boy. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that. Now he's National Guard, is that correct?
Yes. Well, no, he is call it? Not National Guard, but he is reserves.
Army Reserves, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it's regular Army Reserves. I got you. Very good. Yeah, well, he's in for a treat then if he's never been overseas before.
He thinks it's going to be fun. I said, "Will you're going to wake up one of these days and say, what the heck am I doing here?"
Yeah, no matter what, I've never been in the Army, but that's going to be rough for him, I think. He's going to learn a few things about himself he didn't know before.
Well, he said that if they had not picked him, one company was short, so they pulled him from them. And he said, they said, "We're going to be there." And I looked on the list. He said, if my name was not there, I was going to volunteer. I said, I think you're going to change your mind before you get back in 12 months.
He's going to try to volunteer himself to come back.
Anyway, I don't need to be distracting you from the rest of this, but Paul, I thank you for what you do. I listen a lot of times when I'm working on stuff for my company, but I don't always respond. But I thank you for what you do, and I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate the kind words there, Ken. That's Ken. He's in Smyrna. It's Whiskey Victor 4 Golf. Who else? Big Signal, of course. Who else is south?
Kilo 4 Whiskey Yankee Charlie.
Kilo 4 Whiskey Yankee Charlie. I don't remember if you've called in before, so give me your first name.
First name here is Dakota.
Dakota. Have you checked in before?
Negative.
Oh, very good. Where are you located?
Located in Laverne.
Oh, very good. What brought you to the net?
I just heard some chatter on another repeater. I wasn't aware of this net, so I heard talk about YouTube, pulled it up, kind of put two and two what was going on together. I've got it playing right here in front of me, and figured I'd give it a shot. Simplex and Mount Juliet.
Yeah, very good. No, we've been doing twice a week nets here on this frequency this is our 11th year. We started in September of 2014, and we've been doing on the air on YouTube for roughly I don't know 6-7 years maybe. I've got 700 videos up there, and the majority of them are this net. So it's been a long haul.
QSL, I think it's pretty neat. Pretty neat to sit here and watch it on YouTube. A little bit away, but very neat setup.
Yeah, it's just fun. It makes it fun. Well, what's interesting about it is I wish everyone who has a net could do this. Not that they can't. The problem with YouTube is you have to have 1,000 subscribers if you want to have a net longer than, I forget whether it's 10 minutes or 12 minutes. So we're on the air for anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half sometimes. So it's just neat. It's an uninterrupted thing, and I was just fortunate to have that number of subscribers already.
Roger, well, I added one. Also gave the good old thumbs up, and we'll add another subscriber, please.
Well, very good. We appreciate it, Dakota, and I'd love to have you in there again. We also go after this net, we move over to 144.240 upper sideband, and then following that, we go over to 6 meters at 50.135 upper sideband, and then we go over to 223.415 on FM.
Oh man, I probably wouldn't be able to work you on 220. Probably could.
Oh yeah, well that's what drives these with the nets really drive people, including me, to do better because you want to be able to get into the net and be heard, and then you also want to hear other stations, and that's kind of neat about what we're doing here on Simplex. It drives people to do better. Anyway, good to have you in there, Dakota. Appreciate you coming in from Laverne. That's Kilo 4 Whiskey Yankee Charlie. And you heard about it through I think he was on a 9-1 machine. I think I heard it was Joel. KO40TV. You had told me about that earlier. Well, good deal. Anybody else checking in from the south? Please come now. Okay, I heard November for Victor. What was the rest of that?
Yeah, November 4, Victor Bravo. 9 years early, and we're located 1 break
very good. Erwin, I didn't catch the location.
Yeah, I'm over here between War Trace and Shelbyville. Between War Trace and Shelbyville.
Oh, wow, very good. Yeah, I've never been over in War Trace. I've been in Tennessee about 12 years, but I don't get out much. I'm retired, and my wife still works. That's why. Anyway, very good. Your signal's a little noisy to me. You don't happen to know the distance from me, do you? In here in what, Mount Juliet?
Probably 55 miles. I'm running horizontal back here. It's a song. I run along with recycling. I'm set up for cycling, so I'm sure all the dog guys are running first. But I should run about 300 watts.
Yeah, you're doing well. It shows here on QRZ you're 49.1 miles, so you're doing real good here considering, the distance and that 300 watts. You're a little bit of a disadvantage, obviously, with being horizontal.
Yeah, okay, I'll carry on. Good to hear you all, and I'll start bring forward, that's great.
Yep, very good. That's Erwin in War Trace, November 4, Victor, Foxtrot, Bravo. I'm sure. Did anybody else copying Erwin?
He was just breaking his quilts to me.
Isn't that interesting? Well, yeah, you heard he was horizontal too on his beam, which made a little bit of a difference, but I was able to copy him pretty well. Anyway, that was November 4, Victor, Foxtrot, Bravo, if anybody wants to look him up. And his name was Erwin. Who else is south or east?
KM4YRS.
You make me wince when you check in, man. Try to back off on the mic, huh?
About a foot away.
I'm sure you are. You could have moved farther away from the house too.
Well, there is that.
No, we're all good. Yeah, you could check in with one. Well, we've done that. We can check in with half a watt.
Oh, absolutely. No, there'd be no problem from here.
Anyway, anything good besides we can't wait? Well, we won't be able to do in a 10 meter tonight, but the 6 meter ought to be just fine.
Yeah, I've already tried out 6 meters, and I think it'll work great.
And we'll see. That was Mike. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He fills in for me when I'm not here or unable to be here or out of town or whatever. Who else is, or I don't show up. Who else is south or east?
KK5S.
Hey, Kerry, what's up?
Oh, nothing much. Only reason Mike beat me the last time was I picked up the wrong microphone off the desk.
I've never done that. I've only got like 4 microphones sitting here.
Same here.
In fact, one of them isn't even connected, but I still pick it up.
Yep. And I don't know what happened a while ago when you were going to the west over there. It's like Joel had a great signal on him, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared.
Really? And that was on 2 meters.
Yep.
Huh. It is funny how things will change locally like that. It's you can't even imagine why, because you'd think it would be pretty steady right now. I don't know if there's any fronts moving there or anything.
Something's supposed to be happening tonight on the weather. I think they were calling for something to be moving in and the dust and the snow up on the plateau tonight, but nothing major.
Huh. Dust and snow. Too early for snow.
Hey, it's always too early for snow. When it hits 70 degrees, turn the heater on.
I got to tell you, man, when I grew up, and again, it sounds like it's horrible where I used to live up on the Canadian border, but it wasn't. It was very moderate temperature. Average winter temperature was probably 35. I'd have to look it up. But we had cold weather, and it got down below zero, every winter. But my parents kept the house. They were such cheapskates. They kept the house about 60 degrees in the winter.
I'd have frozen to death.
And to this day, no matter what the temperature is, even in the winter here, it's so funny to me that I'm so used to being like that, growing up that way. I'll sleep with a sheet and my feet will still be cold and I don't even notice it. I'm just used to sleeping in cool weather.
Yeah, well, I'm not from this far north, I'm a little bit further south, and I know we had cold weather, even in North Alabama, but still,
It's just, I guess, you know, the difference in the many years that I've been up here, I just don't like anything cold.
No, I get it. No, I completely understand. You know, that's the problem. It's actually worse the other way around. You get these dumb northerners like my brother comes down to the south to visit. And he goes to visit in Florida. And he went to the beach and like a dumbass, his whole family got burnt to a crisp in 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, I get you. It depends on. Well, you gotta play smart when you're doing that stuff. You know, it's like if you go up northern areas, you know, the higher your longitude, you know, you got to get the right proper clothing for that to protect you. And the same thing if you get the closer to the equator.
Yeah, no, it's just funny how people don't even realize it. You think they do a little research when they come to the south because it's a warning because you can actually you can go to the hospital with burns just from the sun, and I think most people know that.
Sorry that I dropped the mic.
And you picked up the wrong one again.
No, I was trying to reach across to plug something back in, and I'd laid the microphone on the desk.
Well, very good. Oh, you missed a great breakfast this morning.
I slept in this morning, and my plans originally was that I intended to be in the back pasture on a bush hog, and that never happened.
Too cold?
Too lazy.
Okay, or both.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Anything else for the net, Kerry?
That's it, my friend.
All right, very good. Good to have you in there. That was Kerry, and he's in. Oh man, I forget the location. Man, tell me again. I forgot it.
Well, they call it Bear's Mill over here.
That's it. It's Baird's Mill. How could I forget? It's even spelled Bairds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my memory's sometimes right. That was Kerry. Baird's Mill. Kilo 5 Sierra. Who else is east? Nobody else east, Stan? Nobody else east, Kevin? Kevin, jump in there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Very good. I hear you in there. Are you, you're not mobile, are you, Stan?
No.
I just hear like a background noise in there. It almost sounds like wind.
Probably on the radio.
Okay, it just sounds a little. Mike, are you hearing that same thing? I'm sure.
I am.
Yeah, it sounds like it's like a window's open in the car. That's what it sounds like.
I don't know, Paul.
No, I've got a good. Otherwise, your voice is good. You know, the audio is good, but that's just got a little bit of fake background noise there.
I'm gonna have to work on this radio.
Very good. That's that old one, right?
QSL.
Well, very good. Otherwise it sounds fine. Everything going all right for you?
Pretty good, other than the back problem.
Oh yeah. Well, that's. We need to get one of those instruments like they used to have on the Star Trek.
Roger on that.
I wish. Anyway, that was Stan, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo, with an interesting background noise. Who else is east? Or anywhere? We don't have any anywheres tonight. Then we're moving over to landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackards, repeater kerchunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, flat earther deniers, and people who believe the moon is a satellite for, or it's actually a location for where aliens live, or whether there's some form of people living on the backside of the moon. Is there anybody else? Wow, I heard the voice, a lot of static, and I didn't get any of that. Mike, did you get that?
Yeah, come back with your call sign and I'll relay. That's Kilo November
missing something. Well, I dropped my pencil on the floor and I didn't get it written down, but it's Yankee Lima. So thank you for your check-in, and you're in near Scottsville, Kentucky. Roger, Roger, just north of Russellville, Kentucky. That's still a pretty good little reach. All right, well, thank you for checking in. We're here every Wednesday night and Saturday night at 8 o'clock, so hope we hear you again. KM4 YRS, back to net control.
Yeah, I did catch. Clarence has checked in before from Russellville, that Russellville area. Appreciate it was better. Well, I've heard him better in the past. Anyway, it's Kilo November 4 Foxtrot Yankee Lima, and Clarence, appreciate you checking in. Sorry I couldn't hear you, but we got you on a relay through Mike, who's the other, like our alternate net control. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere?
Kilo Quebec 4, Alpha Echo Tango Mobile.
Alpha Echo Tango. How you doing there, Chris? No, I got the wrong person.
No, you got it right, man.
Oh, okay, very good. I don't know why it just didn't ring true for me. You got to check in more often.
I do, you're right. Yeah, I'm mobile right now. I'm out here by the airport, head back. My older brother is a musician, and he was playing in Nashville, so I just came from his show.
Hey, I don't know if you heard. You weren't on the air in the last 10 minutes, have you?
No, just jumped on a little bit ago.
One of the hams down in Smyrna, his grandson is in the Army Reserve, and his unit's getting deployed to Poland.
Poland, aka standby for Ukraine.
Well, apparently they're told they're going to be logistics support for the whatever, but I'm sure it's more than that because they're still going to be armed.
Yeah, I know. I've started seeing a bunch of my some of the younger guys that I knew before I left are rotating through Poland in their units too. So it's definitely a staging area for sure. Well, I hope everything goes well for that young soldier.
Well, what's interesting about that to me is that's the first I have heard of any of our reserve people moving over to Europe recently, due to Ukraine.
Do you know what his MOS was?
No, I don't.
That could be part of it, right? It could be that whatever specialty his unit is, they use to support the active duty guys because there's not enough active duty with that MOS.
Oh no, I get it. One of the things that most, and better than I do, 90% of the troops are support for the 10% that are frontline fighters.
Yeah, roger that. And then 50% of those support troops are reservists.
Oh, it almost comes down to 50% of everybody's reservist in a genuine war,
That's true too, yeah.
Anyway, anything good for the net, Chris?
No, nothing too good.
Okay, very good. Well, yeah, I'd like to think this isn't going to get worse with Ukraine and Russia, but I'm afraid it's going to get worse.
Yeah, things are spinning up all over. Looks like Syria's firing back up again also.
Really? How about in Hezbollah? Are they starting to get mad again?
I don't know about that side, but Syria, apparently the rebels just made a big push into Aleppo again, and now Russia and the Assad regime are pushing back. So Russia's got a bunch of stuff going on a bunch of fronts. They're getting strung out.
Well, they've got their what's that? The group, the Wagner group, man. The hired army.
The prisoner army.
Is that what it is? Mostly prisoners.
There's a lot of them for sure.
Well, I know. I get a kick out of that because maybe that's what we need is a contract army.
That's what Blackwater was, man.
Yeah, that's true. But what were they doing exactly? I mean, were they mostly the oddball stuff, like, under the table thing?
I don't know how much, secret squirrel stuff they did, but they definitely did a lot of convoy security, executive security, security for, uh, you know, different folks in the government, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I got you. They were doing some of the off, off the book stuff.
Yeah, non-standard military roles is pretty much what they were filling.
Yeah, I got you. Anyway, it's all interesting, and it's all. I'd rather not be us not be in that boat, but well, you probably understand it even better than I do. I'm sure you do, but I just know that if we could avoid it, we would, and we can't.
Yeah, something tells me that the guy who's going to be taking over here in January might try and distance himself from all that mess.
I don't know how we can. We have enough. If that were true, think about this. We've had a naval fleet of probably 50 ships in the Mediterranean since 1945, and it's over there on the Far East, Far Eastern Mediterranean. In the event that things get out of hand in Syria, in Ukraine, in Hezbollah, in Gaza, you name it, they're ready.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the cuffs taken off of them and to see how they can quiet that area down real fast.
It would, but it's one of those deals, like a Hezbollah. They killed all the leaders. Well, there's going to be more leaders pop up.
Yeah, it's that whole Hydra mentality or whatever it is, right? Take one off, another one grows back.
Well, that's been going on with Israel since 1948, and these people are determined to stop it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we'll see. Eventually, it's what's the phrase that I heard them say, like in Afghanistan? They said the U.S. has all the watches, but the Afghanistan people have all the time.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm telling you, it's like a whole cult. You figure I was born in '49, so here we are. So now I have children, and my children have children. So they're technically three generations, and it's the same thing there. There's three generations of people in Syria that have been through this with Israel. Three generations of Gaza. Three generations of the Hezbollah there in Lebanon. It gets crazy. I mean, it's never going to go away. I don't think.
You gotta hope somebody at some point goes, "Why do we keep doing this?" And they're like, "Yeah, let's just stop." But hopefully, one day.
No, it's in that. It's almost like a gang mentality. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get even. We're gonna get even. Anyway, anything else on that, Chris?
No, sir. We just solved all the world's problems in one short QSO.
I wish. Anyway, that was Chris. Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Echo Tango, and he's mobile. Who else is any place anywhere? We don't hear Scott from Laverne in there. All righty, then we're going to move over to 144-240 if I don't hear somebody complain. All righty. We're moving over to 144-240. We'll see you there. K4PW. And that's upper side, man. This is K4PW with the Mount Juliet Simplex net here on 144-240. Looking for check-ins from the north. Please come now. Very good. We've got Carlin, KD4VUW in Bethpage, Angeltown. Good signal. Who else is north? Anybody else north? Over to the west.
KG4ILB.
Very good. Sound goods, Jack. Kilo Gulf 4, India Lima, Victor, and Donaldson. Who else is west?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Very good. We got Greg in Antioch. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo. Who else is west?
KC4 TNQ.
Yeah, big signal there from Charles in West Nashville. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Who else is west? West or south?
South. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet.
Yeah, you got a giant signal there, Jimmy.
Well, thank you, sir. You're doing pretty good yourself.
Very good. Yeah, you're outpowering some of the local stations with that beam, so you're doing good. That's Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet in Woodbury, and that's Jimmy. Who else is south? So you can hear anybody hear anything south besides me? Yeah, it's the voices in my head again. Who else east?
KM4 Walrus.
Very good. It's Mike. Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in Mount Juliet, a couple miles east of me. Who else east?
KK5S.
Kilo 5 Sierra. That's Cary and Baird's Mill. Big signal as always. Who else is east? East or anywhere? Well, very good. We had 8 people in there. Last chance before we go over to 50.135. Well, that's where we're going. We'll see you there. 50.135 upper sideband. K4PW. All righty, this is K4PW on 50.135. Looking for check-ins from the north. Please come, or anywhere, please. Come now.
KM4 Walrus.
Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. That's Mike in Mount Juliet. Who else is anywhere? Had 2 in there. Kilo Golf 4 India Lima Victor. It's Jack and Donaldson. Kilo Oscar 4 Oscar Tango Victor. That's Joel in up in West Ashland City. Both Jack's a little low, but I think it's always true on 6 meters for Jack. And you were readable, but not a huge signal there, Joel. Who else is anywhere? You had a big signal as always there, Greg. Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo in Antioch. Who else? Very good. Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. That's Charles in West Nashville. Little low, but fully readable. Who else? Any place? Anybody? Any place? Please come now. Kilo 5 Sierra. Well, we got the wrong mic. All right, very good. We had Cary Kilo 5S in Baird's Mill. Who else? I heard somebody check in. Did you hear that, Mike?
KG4CXE, Chris.
KG4. Who? Which Chris?
KG4CXE.
Oh, man, I haven't heard him in a while. That's great. I'm glad you're in there, Chris. That's Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo over in Lebanon area, I believe. How is his signal to you, Mike?
Pretty good.
I got barely.
He was loud enough that I could make out who he was and what he was saying.
Oh, that's good deal. All right, appreciate you being there. If you can hear me, Chris, that's Kilo Charlie. Or is it Kilo Golf 4? What is it? Kilo Golf, Kilo Charlie 4 or Kilo Golf 4?
Kilo Golf 4 CXE.
Yeah, no, I wrote it. I messed up writing it down. Yeah, I got the last part right. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. Yeah, you haven't checked in on 6 meters in a while, so I appreciate you being there, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Anybody else on 6 meters, please come now. I got nothing. All right, then we'll go over to, we'll finish up here. We had 8 on the 6 meters. We had 8 on 2 meters upper sideband, and we had 23 on 2 meters FM, and we're going over to 223.415. We also had 6 on DMR. We had 5 on D-Star, and we had how many on C4 FM, Mike? 8. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that makes a nice total, though. I mean, the numbers are better tonight than normal. Well, not always. We had much more on C4 FM on some previous nets, but still good. All right, very good. We'll see you guys over on 223.415 if you can make it there. K4PW, closing the net and closing down the YouTube thingy. Michael, did you copy that? Good night, everybody.